everybody. Happy Thriller Night. Psych! There's no thriller this year. Oh my gosh. I am so sad. And I will definitely be talking to a special guest about this more in a second. But before we express how sad I am, I just want to say hi to everybody. Scarlett, oh my gosh. One Glove Entertainment. If you guys don't know who One Glove Entertainment is, that is MJ Fangirl's tribute artist from her wedding. He's awesome. Hey, Junior. I just subscribed to your channel, by the way. That is another Michael Jackson YouTuber. Make sure you guys follow him. Apple and MJ, Invincible, who did an amazing job on Station Head for Marlon Jackson the other day. If you guys are not following Invincible Jackson for Jackson family content, Station Head, her Discord, this girl is so dedicated to the Jackson family legacy. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Please follow her. Hey Dove Angel, she was one of the first people featured on Invincible Jackson's fan spotlight. I love how MJ Fangirl Invincible Jackson is featuring the fans. Like we feature people who work with Michael, and of course we feature the Jacksons, but she's featuring us, and that's freaking awesome. Hey Cheryl. Hey, Elle, there's so many people in here today. I'm so excited. I can tell by how many people in here. You guys must know who the special guest is. Hey, Cheyenne. Allison, how can I forget? That's my boo. Hey, 99. And just thank you, everybody, for coming to this event. Oh, Teresa. Hey, girl. Yeah, I wanted to wear my Thriller shirt, but it's an extra large. If there's anybody who wants to swap their Thriller Night t-shirt with Teresa, let her know. There were some size issues. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Tracy. Oh, my God. Hey, Mar Love. Just hi to everybody. Hey, BC Network. I know you didn't stay up this late. Oh, now we got to get started because we got some people like 1 a.m. All right, guys, before I introduce my guest, my special guest, as you know from this title, there will be, oh God, no Thriller Night. Oh my God, my 2023. I am literally crying. Literally. If you guys follow me, you know I have been crying and acting a fool about this. But there's always a silver lining, and me and my special guest, who I need to add to the stream.
Hi,
It's
Trish. Hey, everybody. What's going on?
Why can I get this right? How many lives do you have to get, MJ Fangirl, so I stop making these mistakes? I was trying to just get me and you, but it's not working. Oh, I think I know what I did wrong. There we go. Hey. Oh my gosh. Now I know this woman doesn't need any introduction because she's the reason why I even got back into the YouTube space. But just in case you guys don't know who this is MJ Fangirl from MJ Fangirl TV.
Yes. Hey, you guys. Long time no see. It's good to be back on YouTube and with Gadget Trish here on the I Love the Jacksons Family channel.
Oh my gosh. I tell this to MJ Fangirl privately, but I am going to say this publicly because she saved this channel. She has been by far one of the biggest people to push me because privately, I was like done with this. It's like the money's really bad, and then there's additional drama that comes with it. And I said, I can't do this. I've been doing this for over 10 years. Nobody cares. And you were like, no, don't give up. Stay in there. And this is single-handedly one of my biggest reasons why I didn't give up. And I appreciate you, MJ Fangirl.
Aw. Well, we all appreciate you. You were like the OG YouTuber in the Michael Jackson space, so
it's a tough space, though. It's hard to grow the channel.
Yeah.
And I still think we don't get compensated like other YouTubers. It is, I mean, I'm being very honest about it. It's
Yeah,
it's not fair.
I agree. It's hard, especially because we don't really get, other YouTubers, they get like lots of big brand deals, plus they get the compensation. And for us, it's hard to do either one of those on YouTube. So,
Yeah. And
so
this is
yeah,
a very expensive journey because we travel. We travel. I think that's what makes our journey a little bit more challenging. And I'm like, I'm sure if we just stayed in New York, we could have saved money, but then we wouldn't have these epic moments like Thriller Night. Like,
exactly. And these are bonding moments that I feel like have not only helped to take our channel to the next level, but it's helped us to create a really solid friendship as well. So we got to be grateful. At least it's going somewhere. And we have the audience,
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys that are tuning in.
I would say, to be honest, like, even though financially we don't get compensated, I think Thriller Night for me last year solidified that this is worth it. And then even though you weren't with us in Vegas, just the feedback and the support and the love. I don't think I could say publicly everything that's happened, but
Yeah.
it made me realize that even if you're a small channel like me or a big channel like you, people are watching and people legitly care, and we all matter. And I think I realize like the most important thing about what we do is preserving the Jacksons legacy and building community. Like, I get it now. um I just think because my peers are nerds and stuff, and they're making a lot of money, you lose sight on what this is really about. Do something you're passionate about, and everything else will fall in this place in its own little way.
Yeah, and I think it's the passion that drives us for sure, because I think like you said, with the low compensation on YouTube, as well as like not being able to really do the brand deals and all that stuff, like you've really got to have strength to be consistent and to continue. And I think it's all for the love of like Michael and the Jackson family and stuff. So yeah.
Well, it's really cool to see your journey. A lot of people may not know this. MJ Fangirl started as a blog, would it be, which means she just did writing. And she was one of our big leaders in New York. We had 3 major groups, and she was the leader and the founder of Legacy of Love. So
Yeah.
just to see you go from, even though I thought you were a really big deal even back then, anytime someone has the courage to be a leader, I'm very proud of you and your YouTube channel. Like,
Thank you.
um I remember my first episode that I fell in love with you as a YouTuber and not a friend, was your Brazil post.
Oh yeah.
That was like, you know what, we're gonna have to show a snippet. I'm not sure. By the way, MJ Fango may not be able to say the whole time, but we're definitely going to show the episode that made me say, "Holy crap, my sister's doing this, and she's doing this like big." And the way you like teach people things about locations, like you bring value to why people should visit a Michael Jackson landmark, or a Jackson family. There's history and relevance to what we're doing.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, for sure. And I feel like one of the like driving forces behind all the different activities, whether it's the blog or the club, was really like the sense of community that I've always felt, finding Michael Jackson fellow fans and becoming great friends with them, and just really building community and finding a place where you belong, or that's at least how I feel. And so to be able to do it for YouTube, and hopefully, I mean, I've heard some people say this in comments, that they feel like they have a place where they belong on the internet, in my little comment section and stuff. So that means a lot to me, especially because Michael's been gone for so long. So to be able to even have events like Thriller Nights, even though we'll get into this year's soon, but even to even have stuff like that, and like to have Thriller 40 and all these things years after he's gone, it's really awesome to be able to still celebrate him and to still have friendships in the community.
Yeah, I'm glad we're doing the online thing. Like I'm not gonna lie, nothing will ever take place to what we did in person. But the world changed. I'm still not the same person from the pandemic. I'm in the house so much right now, and it became my new normal. So
Yeah.
that the fact that you already had a community on YouTube, and like even the lives were inspired by you. Like there's so many things that you brought to this space that took this whole Jackson thing to the next level. And I'm like, I have to give credit where credit is due because you're so tech savvy, you're so market savvy. And I'm like, this girl is making a real impact. And I really admire you because it's like, huh? Like that's awesome. And it's just a lot of people are inspired by you, myself included. Cause I was like, yeah, I did the vlogs and stuff, but I think it's leveling up that makes you go, oh, you can do something serious with this. I think when I did YouTube, I had no direction at all. It was just like I miss Michael, Michael, I love the family, and I just didn't know what to do with it. It was just like, like, but now, like, from your vlogs, I learned to bring value, teach people why they go there. Like, why do they care that you went someplace? Teach them why. Like.
Right.
So I appreciate like your vlogging style, and I'm like, it's helped me grow as a YouTuber.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. And it means a lot, especially since lately, the last year or so, I've been not as consistent as I would like to be, but I hope to get the ball back running whenever I can.
So how's it been? How's MJ fan baby, and how is the adjustment being a YouTuber slash mom slash working? Like, what are like some of the challenges you're facing?
So the challenge I'm facing is always time. There's only but so many hours in a day. And a lot of what I used to do with my channel, first of all, my channel really kind of, I feel like, exploded uh like during the pandemic, where I could post 2, 3, 4 times a week. And I was blessed to be able to do that. And then, there was a shorter period of time where I wasn't even working. So I really had time. Um, and then, I moved here, and then I had lots of time and lots of creative ideas because if you guys don't know, my husband is also an MJ fan. Shout out to MJJ Anonymous. I don't know if he's watching, but yeah, he and I had lots of ideas. So there was so much time to do it. But then now we have a baby. So MJ fan baby, she's doing well. But she definitely requires a lot of time, especially now that she's almost, well, I won't say almost. Well, she's nearing the year mark, which means she's getting to be scooting and doing her army crawl. She'll be crawling soon. So, she's everywhere. And so that takes up a lot of time, just, spending time with her. And it's harder to get the creative juices flowing. However, I will say that I'm really grateful because I've always wanted to be a mom and stuff. So although I don't have the time to devote to the channel as I would like, I still feel like it's all worth it to be able to spend the time with her. So yeah.
Um, I mean, MJ Fangirl knows this, but you guys may not know. I've had custody of a toddler. It's going to get easier, I promise. I didn't have social media when I had that toddler, but I had the social media when I had other children, and they became part of the content. So if you ever see kids on my YouTube channel, there was a reason they used to live here. It just takes time. Is that you have a newborn? I never had a newborn. And I
Yeah.
always said, like, if I ever did motherhood, I'm cheating. I'm just going to adopt and just get a toddler because I don't think I do well with babies. I need you to talk to me. I'm one of those people. It's like,
I
what's
know.
wrong?
Yeah, it's tough sometimes, especially because my daughter, like she's vocalizing and stuff now, and sometimes she'll like hold her breath, like, but at times when like it's not the right time to do that. Like if you're eating and you're holding your breath, I'm thinking you're choking. She's like, huh. I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? Your face gets all red, and she's like,
Oh
ha.
my gosh.
So, but it's there are a lot of fun moments for sure. Now I see
Oh,
why Michael really loved being a parent, because it's fun times, but time consuming.
yeah. In time, I'm sure you'll figure out because you're very ambitious and you always been able to work around things, but I know from my own experience, small, especially a newborn, it's a whole different ball game. But we appreciate what stuff you have gotten up. The stuff you've done is really good. So I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
I know. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was always like looking forward to two things, which is Michael's birthday, and then Thriller Nights, which I thought we'd definitely have a vlog for this year, because that vlog from last year did super well for my channel. Thank you guys if you guys watched that. That was amazing. It was really, really cool because that night was just, Trish, you know how that was that night. It was overwhelming. And so to be able to get the vlog up was really cool, and to see the feedback was cool. So it's a little bit of a bummer this year to see that it's
I know, like, oh my gosh. Let me see if I can figure how to get this. There we go. Here we go. Messing up again. Technical issues. What? I can't with me. All right. 20 years later, 5 years later. This is hilarious. Is this what I'm supposed to press? Okay, I guess this is what we're doing for today. All right. So, if you guys are not familiar, what is Thriller Night? It is basically an event, an annual Halloween party that takes place at the Jackson family Hayvenhurst compound in Encino, Los Angeles. Awkward. These charitable events benefit the Hill of Los Angeles Foundation, the Dee Dee Jackson Foundation, and the LA, I can't even see it, baseball foundation. So basically, it's a charity, but it's a way for fans to get at the historic, keyword, historic Jackson family house in Hayvenhurst. That's the only way to get inside. So, if you guys did not see the Instagram post, they announced that there will be no Thriller Night because they're shooting the biopic, or how do you say, how is it, biopic?
Everybody kept getting on me for this biopic.
Okay,
I kept saying biopic. I had a million comments in my video. People were like,
I mess up a lot of stuff. I struggle with reading, but I don't care. I'll say it out loud. I struggle with it. but if you guys look at the bottom, even though I messed up this, here we go. There we go. It says, stay tuned as we will announce other Hill Los Angeles events at Hayvenhurst for this year. So then privately, we were like, wait a minute, guys, did you see the fine print? Which means, what events do you guys think will be going on at Hayvenhurst this year?
Well, can I put something out into the atmosphere that I would? Well, okay. This is what I think. I think that they're gonna do some type of, like, I don't know. Maybe it's in my mind, but I would hope that there would be some type of other type of event that would still be the charity event, but it would just not be Thriller Nights. It would be like, I don't know, maybe something like in the summer, or maybe something around like well, maybe not the holidays. But I feel like they're going to do something. It's just not exactly going to be Thriller Nights. Because how can they give that up? Maybe the biopic is filming in like the fall in Hayvenhurst, but maybe in the winter it'll be freed up.
I personally can't figure out what event. I think it will be a charity event. But it's like, one, how much will it cost? And I mean, I don't care what it is. If I could be at Hayvenhurst, even at the daytime, we never even did Hayvenhurst in the daytime.
Yeah.
I would be down for it, but I'm not gonna lie, my money's so I have the money to go because I did have Thriller Night money, but I don't know if I should just save it for 2024. We will discuss the events that will be happening this year. I just don't know what to do, because I don't know if you guys are aware of it. For those who just read the paper, there are things going on with in the economy that can affect all of us. Like, we don't know what exactly is going on, but the nerds weren't warned about this months ago. That's why I was like, be careful with the money you spend. Something was projected and now it's playing out. So I was just like, should I just save my money and just see how the economy stabilizes? Or should I just say, F it, you only live once, go to Hayvenhurst regardless?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because every year I think, well, not every year. I mean, I've only been twice, but 2 years in a row. But I would say that this year I was like, oh, well, I don't know. But it's like one of those things that it just gives you like such a rush when you're there, you know? It's, if anybody asks me, is it worth it? I always say like 10 times over. Like, I'm not even able to express in a video or in a podcast or in any type of way. Like, there's no way to explain it because it's like a feeling that you get. You know, like just like how some people say that they can't really express how it was to see Michael in concert or whatever. Like, you had to be there to feel it. Even though this is not a concert or whatever, it's like a celebration of, not only is it like the Halloween celebration and there's that fun element to it, but it's truly a celebration of like the Jackson family and their legacy. And it's just so cool. You just feel like you're amongst people that understand each other and we all get it, you know? And I think that's one of the coolest parts about it. Never mind being able to talk to so many of the Jackson family members. That's cool too.
That's why I put that little video collage in the beginning. And I was actually surprised I had that footage on my iPad still. I thought I erased it all, but that's a whole different story. But it was just like to play that back. That is still the best thing I've ever done in my life. And we've done some really cool things. I'm not going to take that away from my family and the things I've done with my family or things I've done with my church or the other Jackson trips I've done with you guys. But it's still my favorite thing I've ever done. And that says a lot because everything I've done has been really cool.
Yeah, I think it's been honestly my favorite thing. Close second would be like the diamond celebration that we did in Las Vegas for the 60th birthday. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I mean, to me, this Hayvenhurst event and Thriller Nights, the reason why it was so special is because, I mean, that's someplace that I never thought I would be able to see the inside of. Even being outside of the gates was cool, but to get inside, like, it was just so surreal. And I just, I have memories of Hayvenhurst that go all the way back to the first time I saw the American Dream movie. And, I know for others, people, like, their memories of Hayvenhurst go back even further back than that, go actually back to seeing Michael there, and my memories are so attached to the American Dream that was like immediately what I thought of. But yeah, just to be there and be amongst like the family members and Michael's children and stuff, like walking in there, like within like 10 minutes, Prince Jackson just walked by me and I was like, hey Prince, and he's like, hey. I mean, mind blowing. Like, what?
The Jacksons were really kind. I just going through the footage to make that intro, I didn't even realize how comfortable I was around them. I thought I was being a dork. I mean, I had my dorky moments, but it was just like, I think because how they interact with you, they make you feel like you're a legit guest. It was just like, okay, just stay calm. And then you could do the happy dance once you get back at the hotel. Like,
yeah. No,
it was awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my! Oh wait, one of our sisters are in here. Hey, Shelly. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. I'm not gonna say what my costume was, but I was trying to buy a costume months ago. I found something at Lot Less for $6 and it sold out. It was like the perfect item. And I was just like, oh, it worked out that I didn't get the outfit because there's no Thriller Night this year.
That's the other fun part about Thriller Nights, right? Is to figure out what the costume is gonna be. And I feel like I always try to get a costume that, because I always said, okay, this was like my thought process, you guys. Because I didn't know what it was going to be like the first time that I went. But I said, okay, if I'm ever going to get into Hayvenhurst and take pictures, I want to be able to still look like myself, like I didn't want to have a mask or anything. and I wanted to be able to say, hey, this is me. If I ever show people in the future, hey, I went to Hayvenhurst, I want to be able to say this is me. So that's why my costumes have been kind of like just very, I would say they're pretty simple. Like, you can still see it's me, but I just have like a cool outfit on. I mean, that's everybody's costume, but some people's costumes are more elaborate, you know? But I like that I did that, especially last year, because I was able to meet so many subscribers and people that have watched the video from last year, Thriller Night 2021, and they were like, "Oh my, was it 2021?" Yeah, and they were like, "Oh my goodness, I watched your video last year, and that's why I'm here now." And they recognized me, you know, so that's always what I go for the costume.
No, listen, MJ Fangirl's being humble. It was slightly chaotic with her because I did get recognized and it got me off guard because usually everybody recognizes you. Like once in a while, they're like, hey, Gadget. So I got off guard. So I was like, what's going on? But then it went really nuts when people got around you. It was impossible to talk to you. So I was like, well, does it make sense for me to try to talk to MJ Fangirl? You legitimately know her. Just let everybody else interact with her. It was like you were literally the celebrity for real. It was awesome to see that though.
But I was like so taken aback. I was like, oh my gosh, like how I remember it saying to you and MJJ Anonymous, I was like, oh, how am I gonna film tonight? Because it got really crazy, but it was fun. But I was so surprised that so many people recognized me. You know, I was like, oh my gosh, this is cool.
I'm not gonna lie, it was a little overwhelming. And I remember I had walked to the front of the house and I bumped into Teresa there. And at the time, I didn't know who Teresa was, but she was like Gadget, and I was like, "Oh snap, who are you?" But it was I was so overwhelmed. I've never experienced that ever. Like so, I was like, "What the heck?" But it was awesome, and I think that's when I was like, "Your little channel does matter," because I was just like, I just always felt like nobody was watching this whole time. I just like, whatever, just show up, have a good time, and then it was just like, "Hey, Gadget." Hey, MJ Fangirl. Hey, guys. I'm like, what is going on?
That's because we're amongst our people, you know? It's cool because it's like, it's just the right amount of, you know, a right amount of like attention, I guess you would say. The only time anybody ever recognizes me is if I go to a Michael Jackson event, which is great.
So now in New York, now I am getting recognized at home.
Wow.
It's mixed feelings because one, I don't wear makeup, and I'm a typical New Yorker, which means I'm rude and grumpy. So I don't know how that's going to work because you don't know, like, you can't be nice in New York. That can get you mugged. So I'm just like, how does this work in real life? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
right.
But yeah, it's like twice, and it happened recently, and I'm like, oh my god, this is going to be interesting.
All I can say
but I never know what it's for. Is it the Gadgets? Is it Jackson's? Is it vegan? I know in the vegan world I get recognized sometimes.
Yeah.
But now it's just like even normal places. I'm like, oh my god, what is going on? It's weird. It's cool, but it's hard being a New Yorker. It's like, dude, like,
yeah.
Listen, if anyone recognizes me, just be honest and say, hey, I know who you are, because I'm so rude and I'm blunt and I'm a New Yorker. And I gotta protect myself first. Because I mean, it's MJ Fangirl, you dodged the bullet. I'm not feeling New York, to be honest. Like low-key, I still want to move to Cali.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not feeling this city. I'm just not. Sorry, New York. I'm not feeling you anymore.
I know it's hard. And you know, I will say that being in California now, it's kind of cool because I'm like, oh, well, maybe if they have this event, I could go to this or that or whatever. And speaking of that, I wanted to ask you, for the biopic, do you know when it actually comes out? Like, is this a 2024 thing?
The way I was thinking the same thing. I think because they're shooting so much now, I think it's going to be out 2024, maybe mid to late 2024. Because everybody was saying like maybe 2025, but I'm like, I don't know.
I really hope it's 2024, like, you know, winter or something like that. I mean, I guess 2025 would be okay too, but that just sounds so far away. And now we know that, well, I'm assuming that the reason why they are restoring Neverland is to shoot this movie, right? Because didn't we speculate about this, why the rides were being brought back?
Yes. Yes. I remember one of the things we were manifesting for my year, my wish is to be at Neverland. I don't know who's watching this live, but oh my gosh, please, if they need extras, I could be the camera girl. I just want to be at Neverland. Oh my gosh. But I really just want to I'll be honest, I'd rather be in the biopic. But hey, whatever. I want to be inside because I'm like, I think some of the money they put into the movie, the 120 million or whatever, I bet you is to restore the set of Neverland, which is Neverland.
Yeah. And I saw that. I mean, I was going to ask you, like, is that worth doing a video about? Because I was like, should I do a video about this budget? I mean,
Heck yeah.
I mean, I don't know. To me, it seemed like it was information, but not as much info as I would like to have to shoot a whole video about it. But
I didn't get a chance to see Moonwalking Kingdom's recent video about some of the details, but I know I need to check his out. Like I'm sorry I'm falling behind on some of you guys' YouTubes. I'm still doing with my family stuff. But he did a video about that recently. And then shout out to Moonwalking Kingdom if Joey's still around.
hey, Joey.
Dude, he was one of the first people to talk about Miles leaving Broadway. He was spot on and he had his receipts. I said he's smart. He had his receipts and he's right. We're going to talk about Miles in a second. But oh my gosh. So make sure y'all watch your Moonwalking Kingdom.
Hey, and justice for some. Hey, she said Ron Burkle put rides in there for his grandkids, but they're not the same, much smaller.
Oh. Oh, hold on. So much going on.
I see.
Hey, and Justice. I think they still have the carousel in storage in many of the You know what? But I have a feeling now that the biopic is probably not probably, it is a location. They'll be able to get certain things and the budget is different. You know what I'm saying? It's a different budget now.
Right.
And there has to be a way us moonwalkers can get there. We could be extras. I could be the lady giving kids candy. What do you call it? Cotton candy. I could be I love popcorn. I could be the popcorn girl. Like, you don't understand.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Like, we just like have our little tiny little cameo.
Yes. Oh my god. I know what's his face? Michael Trapson wants to be in it.
Oh,
I know you want to be. All the sisters want to be in it. Invincible wants to be in it. Susie wants to. We all want to be in this biopic.
I'm trying to think of what I would like to, what my role would be. You know, like.
Oh my gosh, you kind of look like a Jackson. Do you act?
No, but I do it for the movie. I'm sorry. Yes, of course I do. You'll never know who's watching.
I'm like, you kind of look like them. You got those pretty big eyes and a big smile. I'm like, girl, you kind of look related to the Jacksons.
I wish that'd be cool. I could just be like, I don't know what my role would be. I gotta think about this. And I'll get back to you guys. I could be like, gardener at Neverland or some type of like taking care of the property somehow. I could be housekeeping. I could be anything. Hey, I could just run up to them. Michael, can I get your
autograph? Right. I could be the one they drag off to the stage. She's out of my life. And they're like, security. And I'm like,
I know. Oh man, that'd be so cool. Come on, whoever's watching.
Invincible had me on the floor. She can be the doormat prop. I'm going to choke her. Wait, Teresa wants to play Janet. I'm done. I can't. Listen, dream big. If anybody knows about casting, please let us know. I get it. I won't, I can't air it on YouTube because, I know you guys want to get in yourselves, but privately, just let us know, like, hey, Gadget. Like, no, I don't know about the auditions. I think Michael Trapson said, and I might be wrong on this, but I think he did audition to play Michael, but I don't know how he found about that information. I might be wrong about that, but I think he did audition. This was before they said Jafar was going to be in it.
I have a question. Now this is getting onto a separate topic. Let me just ask real quick. Are we talking about MJ the Musical at all in this today, or just Thriller Nights?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
In the event part, oh my gosh, Teresa did write something that might be a possibility for an event. They could have us party on the movie set. Maybe there might be a movie set opportunity at Hayvenhurst. They said events.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And you never know, they might hit up the people that was part of Thriller Night for the last 2 years, because they have our information. They have, if you guys don't know, if you're going to Thriller Night, we'll talk about Thriller Night next year more, because clearly this year is not happening. But just heads up, if you are going to Thriller Night, you have to sign certain documents to go onto that property. So they have your basic information. They have your email. So in other words, if they needed extras, they know who we were. We were there.
Yeah.
You know, you had to sign stuff, you know. So I was like, oh, I wonder if they're going to use the people that donated for Thriller Night. That's us.
Oh, I was just looking at the comments. Somebody said, oh, hey, Tajan. He said he did, I believe, and shortly after they decided on Jafar. Is that about Michael Trapson? Did they have real auditions?
Probably. They did, and Trapson knew about it, but it's like, first of all, Trapson is technically in the industry, so maybe he just had information that most people just don't have.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, he does acting. Like, I mean, his channel's phenomenal. He's known for doing the skits and all that really cool stuff. So he's clearly an actor.
I want to mention this about the biopic, because, okay, so I feel like because it's Jafar, there are going to be a lot more things that they could experiment with, because he's a family member. Like, I know a lot of the things that people were concerned about when it comes to like makeup and costuming and hair and all these things, and how they're going to transform Michael to look how he did throughout the years and stuff. What I think is really cool is the fact that it is a family member, that it will be done in good taste, and that I feel like they could go a little bit further with whatever they want to do, just because they are family. And I think that that's really cool, because especially now in today's age, like, no matter who they would have got as an actor outside of family, I think somebody would have found a problem with something in the way that Michael would have been represented throughout the years. And so I think it's really, really cool that Jafar is going to play Michael, not only because he's a great talent, but also because I think he's going to do a great job embodying Michael throughout the years, because he kind of has that look. Like, you know, when you look in the Jackson's eyes, they all have like a similar look. And I think that's going to be really cool, because it's going to be like the essence of Michael is going to be in there.
I spoke to him briefly when we were in Hayvenhurst last year. He legitimately sounds like him. He has very similar mannerism and the same cadence. So I was just like, so when he was saying thank you very much, I was like, if I pass out, I think the only reason why I kept my composure is because I'm so much younger than Jafar, so I didn't want him to think I was crazy. But I was like, oh my God, he really sounds like Michael / Jermaine. And that was, you know how I feel about Jermaine and Michael. You don't understand. Like, you know, my top, I don't like to have favorites, but I do. But I was like, oh my God, Michael, Jermaine, and Janet, like, oh my gosh. But he's got it naturally. That's how he really talks. So I was like, yeah. I do agree though, like, no matter who they were going to cast, and he has a lot of work ahead of him. But I think he got this. I really do.
I think so too. I'm excited for it, and I hope that we'll be a part of it somehow in some way. I'm gonna throw it out there, because I threw this out there for MJ the Musical. It did not happen, but I said I want to be on the red carpet for the premiere of MJ the Musical. Okay, maybe I couldn't make MJ the Musical, but can a sister at least get an invite to the biopic? Or biopic, sorry, I gotta learn how to biopic, red carpet. I think that we should both be there. What do you say?
Well, the great thing is you're actually in Cali. That's why I was like, I mean, you know what I'm doing with privately, but as soon as I get my mom's everything behind me, I'm uh like I struggle with, should I just be in Cali at this point? It's not saying New
Yeah.
York doesn't have value. Like New York's better for me for like nerd stuff, but there's good nerd stuff in Cali too because you have Disney, you have Universal Studios. So I'm like, I'll be fine no matter where I'm at as long as I'm in New York or Cali. But
Yep.
I feel because of what's going on with the Jacksons, I need to be in Cali.
Yeah.
Like even like what if they're like, "Hey Gadget, can you?" I'm like, I got to get down there. Like the good thing is you're there already.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm like, you're
Yeah.
definitely positioned better. Like, if they had to pick just one, I'm going to say this, they should pick you. You are
No, we gotta do
MJ
this.
fangirl. I mean, if they had to pick one.
They've got to. We've got to do this together. I don't even know that they would pick us. I don't know. Now we're just like in a dream world,
We're
right?
manifesting. We are manifesting. We're crying out loud. We went to Hayvenhurst 2 years in a row. If we made that possible, why not just say, hey, can we be in it?
That's true. I know, right?
Because I
All
was like,
right.
I never thought I would be in Hayvenhurst. The whole thing with Hayvenhurst made me realize that we need to just dream bigger. Because I was like, wait a minute. I never thought I would meet the Jacksons. Then I met so many of them, and they were so nice, so kind. Oh my God, I have my favorite memories probably got to be with um okay with what's her Prince, Latoya, and it ties between Taj and three and Taj and TJ. But
Okay.
I've had just so many good memories with them, and I'm like, I don't know. I just never thought I would get this far. So I'm like, wait a minute, why not? Like, can we be at the biopic? Can we cover it? Can we go as YouTuber? Hi, we're covering the biopic red carpet. Like, why not?
I know. That'd be so cool.
So, oh my God, can't believe 45 minutes have gone. So let me make sure at least the part where you're at's covered. So this is basically covering the events for 2023. Do you want to I could do that part without you. Do you want to quickly do the events together?
Yeah, yeah. Let's quickly do the events because
Okay.
I gotta log off soon, you guys.
I know.
MJ
Motherhood
Fangirl.
calls, right?
I know.
All right. So what's coming up for the next couple of weeks? Well, actually, MJ Market is selling the package for what I'm wearing now. I got my cup, I got my coaster, I got my t-shirt. So yes, the memory's not tied to it, but if you're a collector, this is rare to get. It's retailing for a 300, but if I had it, I honestly would have bought an extra bag, but I ain't got it like that. Next, if you also want to get the bag from the year, actually, that's the bag from last year. No, the
Yeah.
bag from last year alone, you can make a donation to the Heal Los Angeles Foundation and go into their Instagram to get just the bag, and it won't be $300.
Yeah.
Shout out to our awesome girl Janet for getting on Prime Magazine cover. Thank you, Tori, for posting it on your Instagram. And also from Tori's Instagram, there's less than a month to go to the Together Again tour, and there are still tickets available. Please do not make the mistake I did when Michael was alive. And I'm like, one day, one day, one day, and one day never came because Michael Jackson passed away young. So I say this is don't take people for granted. Janet Jackson's here, and actually the rest of the Jacksons are still here. Please go see their shows. They're freaking awesome. I'm not saying that because I'm a Jackson fan, but they put on a good show, all of them.
Yeah.
Also for an celebration of Together Again, Tori was kind enough to do a playlist on Spotify. So I will leave the links in the description bar. So if you want your Spotify fix on Janet, she put that together for you guys with her sister, I believe, Scarlett. And shout out to Austin Brown and Black Castle. If you go on his YouTube, he has a new post with a new song. Hey, Austin. And we're up to this part. MJ the musical. He is leaving. His last day is April 2nd. Shout out to Moonwalking Kingdom for breaking that story first. And we have Elijah now. So, what are your thoughts about that?
Okay, so I have to be honest with you. I had no clue who Elijah was, but I saw our sister, Honey Darche, post about this and say, "Oh my gosh, I love Elijah. Congrats." You guys, he's from the group Mindless Behavior.
Shut up! Shut up! I didn't know that.
Girl, he's from Mindless Behavior. Because I'm like, well, honey, how do you know him? I saw her and I had to DM her. I said, how do you know him? She said, Mindless Behavior. Yes.
Shut up.
Yes. So, if you guys remember Mindless Behavior, or if you haven't looked them up, because they had a couple hits back in the day, they were kind of like a boy band. And so, yeah, supposedly he's really talented, and I'm excited because I'll be honest with you, I like Miles Frost and stuff, but it seems to be very evident to me that he's kind of wanting to branch out on do his own stuff, you know? And
Moonwalking Kingdom said he's filming a movie. Yeah, he's definitely branching out.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, good for him. But I'm hoping, because I want somebody that's gonna be there for years, you know what I mean? And really be there and kind of devote. Not that Miles Frost shouldn't do his thing, because he won the Tony and congrats to him. But I think it'd be cool to have someone that's there for a while, you know, really devoting himself to the legacy and stuff and playing Michael for years to come, you know? There was all this fanfare around Miles Frost, and he only stayed for what, a year? Not even?
Yes.
So fans around the world that maybe they had a ticket to go to New York in 2024, or they're saving up to go later this year, they won't be able to see him. And so I think that's kind of a bummer, you know? But I'm excited for Elijah.
Oh, 77JJ said, I love Mindless Behavior. So do I. So let me tell you how I know Mindless Behavior. So we saw them open up for Janet Jackson back in 2011, I think. And at first I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I was being shady. And I was like, oh my God, who are these kids at Janet Jackson's concert? Janet's 45 years old when this whole thing happened. I was like, who are these kids? So Honey Dashay ended up having a YouTube about them, and I fell in love with them because of her. I love their music. The night was a blur. I love it. So I was like, Mindless Behavior. I learned something new today.
Oh, somebody said Invincible Jackson. Hey, Deneen. She said she agrees with me. Invincible Jackson says she thinks he replaced one of the members that left the group. Let me look this up, because I was like, huh? Okay, Mindless Behavior. Original Mindless Behavior members. Okay, yeah. So he was one of the people that replaced him.
That's crazy. I was like, I did not know that, because everybody seemed to know who he was. I was like, who's Elijah? Well, in that case, good for him.
Yeah.
I'm debating, do I see Miles before he goes, or do I just wait? Because these tickets are not cheap. Oh my gosh.
I think, I don't know. Well, I saw Miles. Did you see Miles?
Yeah.
Okay, I would just save the money for Elijah to see. Because, I mean, Miles Frost is great, but it's like they say up until April 2nd, but he's not going to play every single day. So that's the other part. It's like hard to know when he's going to actually be on stage.
That's so true. Maybe I just stick with my gut and just see the new MJ and just review Miles versus Elijah. I don't know. Because I'm like, some of the fans seen this thing like 20 times. I ain't rich yet. Yet. I'm claiming that. I ain't trying to be poor forever. So congrats to Natasha Katz. She's a Tony winner for the lighting for MJ the musical. You go, girl. Girl power for women's something month. Yeah, it's Women's Month this month.
Yeah, Women's History Month. Women's Month. Yep.
And then shout out to our beautiful, gorgeous Paris Jackson, who was at the Oscars killing it, doing photo shoots, getting featured for her outfit. She is stunning. Well, all Jacksons are cute. I'm not even but she's stunning. I'm just saying.
Yeah, she's beautiful for sure.
And we have a cool. Have you heard of this thing with Brazil?
I think I have seen it on And Justice for Some post about it.
Same. That's how I learned about it. So we will be streaming They Don't Care About Us in it's I think it's something going on with Brazil. So basically, we're trying to get this stream to 1 billion. As a matter of fact, when MJ Fangirl leaves, I'm going to show you the vlog that made me fall in love with her as a YouTuber. It's one of my favorites. It's so cool. So we'll have more going on. Tori might be doing a station head for this. Keep pending, but definitely stream this video so we can get it to that 1 billion mark. And shout out to Tito. He has a new single coming out this Friday. You guys know the drill. You're gonna go to Tito's, IG, download, which means purchase the album so he could get some streaming credit on steroids. We love you, Tito, Papa T.
Yeah.
And make sure you guys are following me on Station Head and Invincible Jackson, who did a really good job for Marlon the other day. We will be doing a lot more Station Heads very, very soon. I know for me, things will be changing in a week or two.
I want to join. Okay. Anyway, I want to join Station Heads sometime when I can, because that sounds so fun.
I think it's awesome. It's just one of those ways to just connect, get new music out. Like, especially with the other Jacksons, even though I legitimately grew up with their music, no one played Marlon when I was younger. No one played, you know what I'm saying? It was only Jermaine, Michael, and Janet. You couldn't tell me the rest of them had albums.
Right.
Because the way the media did it, it was like they weren't even playing their stuff. So I didn't know this stuff was existing until Michael died. I was like, oh, LaToya got like 9 albums? I didn't know. Like, it's crazy how they do the Jacksons. I'm over it. But anyway, so of course we're still waiting for the Thriller documentary. MJ Fangirl, what do you think is the holdup?
I think that, I don't know. I mean, the holdup has got to be that whatever they're doing with the editing process isn't quite there yet, or maybe they're waiting for, I don't know. It's just really confusing. I didn't even go to the premiere of the one in LA. It was just like too far away and I couldn't find a babysitter. I don't know what was going on, but I don't know. I'm kind of over it at this point. So I hope it does come out because I've heard that it was really good, but I'm not excited really because I don't know anything much about it. I didn't see any of the clips or anything. So
right, because I was like, I can see if this wasn't done, it's done. I'm hoping the holdup is because maybe they're going to try to put it in theaters. What is the holdup? I don't know. But as soon as that's announced, we'll have the Billie Jean challenge on Station Head.
Yes. And I will join that. But I'm being summoned now because MJ Fan Baby is getting frustrated.
I'm glad you made it this long, almost a full hour. Thank you, sis.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you so much, Trish, for having me.
And, of course.
Yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. I'll be filming soon, and then you and I should collab sometime soon. We gotta actually do it. So okay.
Bye,
see you guys later. I'll be watching. Bye.
Bye-bye. So after we have the announcement of the documentary, the Billie Jean Challenge will start. And as mentioned, Invincible Jackson might be doing something on Station Head in honor of this. And I saw something from Moonwalking Kingdom. He's doing something on his life. So make sure you're following him. I know Moonwalking Kingdom from MJ Fangirl. So he's part of the network, y'all. Support. And I would love to know what the holdup is, but all right. So the question we had, that question, there are still events going for 2023. So even though we don't have Thriller Night, we still have events. Forest Lawn is every June 25th. I know it might be weird to some of you guys who visit a cemetery, but I'll be honest, there's something different about Forest Lawn. You might get emotional. I love this place. That's in Cali. And I would suggest, if you guys don't want to spend a lot of money and you live in or near the cities, do events to things that you are like close to. So I probably will not be in Forest Lawn this year because I live in New York. But so Forest Lawn's June 25th. That's not pending. That's definitely going on. For Michael's birthday, Gary, Indiana usually does something. The locals do it. It's not official, but that's us for Michael's birthday, like maybe 2 years ago. And then you could also visit that little Hard Rock Cafe not too far from their house. They have a beautiful setup for the entire family. And if you guys just want to go down that area in general, I don't have a slide for it, but Diana Ross is doing a show at that Hard Rock Cafe. So check out Ticketmaster, see when Diana's down there. It's in a few months, and maybe make it a thing. But this is if you want to do something on Michael's birthday, though. In New York, now this is pending. DJ Spinner does these Forever Michael parties. I don't know if things are going to change. I'm not even sure like what's going on this year, but if he does do something in New York, he does it around Michael Jackson's birthday weekend. So that is nothing confirmed. But this is more for my New York, New Jersey, tri-state people. Again, if you don't want to travel, but you want to do something for Michael's birthday, Vegas is another place. Um, Nothing came. I went on Facebook today. No event was confirmed. But let's say you live in the Vegas area and you want to do something for Michael's birthday, then go to Vegas. And then for those that are familiar, the MJ the Musical is doing a North American tour. You could do that if you want to celebrate Michael in your area. And I would suggest local stuff this year because Thriller Night will be happening next year. And as Elle said, now you have 2 years to save up. And I mentioned this in the last live. The cost of traveling is disgustingly high. Like, disgusting. I had to cancel so far 2 trips because everything is insanely expensive. So remember how we said we need to level up? This might be your level up sacrifice year, which means you may not travel. I'm keeping it real with you guys. I may not do anything traveling for the Jacksons at all this year because I never realized how the inflation is horribly high. And there's no way I could do a traveling channel unless I probably need to double my salary. And I do get paid well. So for me to be saying that, like I'm supposed to be in Miami in a few months, the freaking flight is double the price. I was like, for Miami's like maybe 150, 200 round trip. We're paying $600 just to fly down there. This is ridiculous. Um, and also, I'm not sure if Melanie's on this live, but I hope to have her on a live because she's doing a Paris/England trip for MJ the Musical. If you want to travel with her, um, we will have details with her thing exclusively if I can get her on a live. But that's another reason why I'm like, well, you might not want to spend money this year because next year you might be going to London with Melanie. You might be doing Thriller Night. Like maybe let your money rest, save up for 2024. If my channels financially turn around, thank God I have more than one channel, then of course I'll travel. But for now, my YouTube doesn't even do $100 a month. So for now, I'm staying put. Like, and I'm keeping it real with you. You guys know I'm not about being fake. I'm struggling. I live from check to check like everybody else. And the only reason why my life looks fabulous because I travel with my friends and we do weird stuff like 5 people in the room. What else do we do that's really budget? I be doing miles, going to Walmart to buy food instead of the whole like you guys seen some of my posts. I show my life to the level that I show it because everybody's like, "Oh, you're lucky, you're rich." I am broke like everybody else. I'm just really frugal. Like I was at work the other day wearing a Five Below t-shirt. I paid $5 for my t-shirt. So I think because there is no thriller night, this would be a great opportunity to let your money rest. Like, of course, we don't know what the estate is going to be doing, so doesn't mean I'm not going to travel. If something's fabulous enough, okay, sure, let me use my miles, let me get down to California. But yeah, let me see. If the estate if the state doesn't do a birthday event in Vegas, it would be the first time in over a decade. I know. They've done it for the whole time. So I think the estate will do something in Vegas. I just don't know if I'm going to be there. Vegas can be cheap if you go with your friends, but I can't speak for my friends' money. I just can't. So that's why I was like, I have to assume I might be by myself. So we'll see. We're all separated. MJ Fangirl and uh, Dexter live in Cali now, and they originally were from New York. And Honey, it's me, it's Honey, Shelly, Rocky, and me are the main ones that travel. There's more of us in the sisterhood, but we're the ones who do a lot of the traveling. And right now, none of us are really discussing anything. So that's why I was like, I don't know if we're going to be there. So, but then again, with us, expect the unexpected. Even half the time, like anybody who knows me, every time I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be somewhere, I'm legitimately not supposed to be there. And somehow the girls drag me out and go, let's just go. Oh my God. Yes, Dove, I did do the immersive experience. It was one of the best things I've ever experienced in a long time. It reminded me of a miniature version of Thriller Night because uh Prince converted Hayvenhurst into little snippets of Michael's legacy. So we had a graveyard, we had the Palace Theater, and the immersive experience had similar things. It was really cool. It was awesome actually. So Alice and I will definitely think about a live stream we could do together. Um there's a lot of lives coming up. But I try not to be random because I don't want to waste your time. I want you guys to really get good information. I want you guys to know what's going on in the community. Once in a while, we get really chatty and talk about nothing, but I try not to do that too much because, like, legitly, I don't have time to waste. I have a lot of YouTube channels, and I know no nothing's getting posted yet, but I shot a lot, and I got to edit all these videos out. So I have a very insane schedule in real life, and I'm about to go back to blogging, and I still have my family and my job, so it's a lot. So I don't like to just like do random stuff. Um, I really need to save my money for at least one of those events. Days in the Moon, I would say this should be your year to let your money rest. Stack up. I mean, of course, all of us are going to be watching the Hill Los Angeles Instagram to see what events they're going to do. Like I said, if it's something worth going to, I'll be there. Um, but heads up, hotels in that area are averaging 250 to 300 a night, and these are not luxury hotels. These are just like the basic hotels. The flight, depending where you're from, let's say from the tri-state area, averaging $600-700 to get down there. That's not normal pricing there. That's why I'm like, child, save your money. Um, so just be mindful that if you are in an area like me, which means if you live in Cali, if you live in Vegas, if you live near Gary, if you live near New York, there's no need to travel. Just support your local area. Ron Paya, I know I'm saying that wrong, is having a 65th birthday celebration for Michael. Will be on Saturday, the 26th, live. That's awesome from the Robinson Park Recreation Center in California. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that. Don't sleep on them Five Below shirts. That's half my wardrobe now. Don't get it twisted. I do have luxury items in my wardrobe, but I buy from consignment shops. So if you ever see me with $1,000 shoes, trust and believe I did not pay $1,000. I didn't even pay 500. I didn't even pay. I paid the most for a pair of shoes, maybe 350, and it's rare. I can count on like maybe two fingers a 350 shoe. I just bought some used sneakers. I think my sneakers were like valued at 600. I paid $80 for them. I do not care. Consignment shops, Five Below, lot less. Where else do I shop? Target, Walmart, thrift store. And even when I'm rich, I'm still going to be the same person. Consignment shops, Five Below, like especially Five Below. I got me licensed T-shirts the other day. I was like, why am I paying $30 a T-shirt when I can buy for $5? I don't care. So, um, yes, Allison has a lot of videos too. I prefer to do lives over editing videos, but because I do a gadget channel, unfortunately, I don't even have a live. Like no one knows me in the gadget space as a gadget person. They know me as a Jackson person on Gadget shirts. So I have to like basically build my channel from scratch. So I couldn't even do a live if I wanted to. No one knows who I am under that channel anymore. So I was like, Deneen writes, Thriller Night being canceled worked out for me financially. I had to do what the boyfriend wants to do this year since he and Mike. Yes. So Deneen, I had a similar situation. So this year is my family year, and we're doing a cruise. The cruise was actually affordable. My part was like 1,100, but then the flight got me off guard. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm over budget. That doesn't include the money we're spending when we get there. So, hey, I don't know if this is to me, but sure, I would love to stream with you. I don't know if that was towards me or Deneen or whatever. But yeah, it's I think this is a good year to save. And if there's something worth going to Cali for, then I'll go to Cali. I know I was supposed to go down there to see MJ Fangirl and the family, but every time I go to book a hotel, 350 a night plus the flight. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm not claiming to be poor for 2023, but I am willing to sacrifice if that means I'll have a better 2024. So I'll figure this out. I feel like I need to be doing video conferences with MJ Fan Baby. I'll be like, do you know who I am? Right. Invisible writes, let's go. Let me go back to not eating out again. Please save because it is so expensive. I've never ever complained about traveling in my life, but this year I was so sad on how many things I had to cancel. Like I bought my Star Wars celebration ticket to go to London. So they just emailed me today saying they're going to mail the ticket to my house. And one part of me wants to still go, but I'm like, I can't justify $4,000 to $5,000 to be a Star Wars geek for a couple of days. I want to go though. And then it's like you're supposed to call this it's too much. I don't know. Like I am known in the Star Wars community because I had one vlog that did well, but it's just like but it only did like one successful video. So it's like am I going to spend all that money? I don't know. When are they going to do another MK Loves? I don't know. MK Loves MJ Party. I was going to mention that they haven't done one since the pandemic. They had a virtual one for the pandemic, and we haven't had one in person since I think 2018. Spike Lee, this would be a great year to come back. Please, we miss them. I really, really, really do. Right? Oh my gosh. I'm just going through some of the comments that I missed. Oh, Janine, this is probably in reference to the Thriller documentary didn't air yet. She thinks they're probably having trouble getting a streaming service. That might be it. Because what's the holdup? um, let me see. So a few more comments came through. So that's basically what's going on for Thriller Night 2023. I'm not gonna lie, I am disappointed, but at the same time financially relieved. I think my budget for Thriller Night was 3,000 this year, but that was only for me to have one ticket and then just just get down there in flights. So if I don't travel this year and get my credit cards down, that's another thing. My credit cards are a little high. Maybe I'll buy a computer. Like maybe buy something that actually need to grow all these channels. Because I keep saying you need to stop traveling and buy a computer. Oh, thank you, Apple. And thank you everyone for coming through. I appreciate just everybody. I know it's late, especially if you're on the East Coast with me. It's like 10 o'clock. It's 10:20 here. But I just didn't want to not do a stream. I don't know. I think if I do a next stream, it'll probably be with Melanie, or maybe we could just do something random and just fun for the heck of it. Oh my God, it's 3 a.m. Oh, Dove, please go to sleep. Have a good night, Allison. And please, guys, make sure you check out the Invincible. Where is it? Where is it? Her streaming. We're going to be doing some fun stuff. And Moonwalking Kingdom will also be part of this They Don't Care About Us movement. And good night, everybody. I will see you guys soon. All I want to know is that they don't really care about us.
I hope you enjoyed this live or replay. Make sure you check out the previous live. Like this video, make sure you're sub to this channel, and of course, please share the video because sharing means caring. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys real soon.